What's going on, YouTube? We're back with Shades and we're continuing our Let's Play of Straight Up Sisters Owned. Last time we left off, Shuna called out Atsuni for being a bit rude to our rich friend. That was unexpected. I thought to her everything he did was perfect. And yes, the rich fake fiance was being a bit ignorant as to how pricing works. But, like, there was no point in being like, oh my god, you're so stupid. Oh, spoiled rich kid. The worst thing you can do to someone who's ignorant is to make fun of them for their ignorance. You just have to point it out. You honestly just have to point it out. And if they don't listen, they don't listen. Move on. Whatever. That's my feelings on it. The worst thing to do is to make fun of them, to belittle them. Because guess what? If you belittle them, they're not going to listen to you. Would you listen to someone who belittled you? Probably not. Anyway. I'm in a puddle with no feelings. I don't care about the trivialities of this earth. I'm a puddle of just then my phone pings. JK, you look cute, idiot. That was weird. I stared at the text in shock, slowly reading and rereading that single sentence in my head. I pinch at my cheeks until they turn painfully red, and I'm still in disbelief. I spent the rest of the night just rolling around in my bed and sighing like a mindless idiot. Cute, I guess? I mean, I would never expect, like, an adult to act like this. But they probably do. That wouldn't shock me nowadays. But yeah, this is definitely something a teenager would do. A Japanese teenager. I'm at the bar again, as is my routine. So's the man of my dreams. And this annoying stalker. I busy myself watching him, Atsuni of course, not the stalker, as he goes from table to table. Though he did something ridiculous like calling me cute, I was confused. His taste in women really is a complete mystery to me, even after all these years. Has he never dated anyone? Because typically you could tell someone's taste based on who they date. Or who they like. Like, a lot of my friends can tell when I like someone. Like, apparently I'm, like, blatantly obvious about it. Depends on the girl. Whatever. Fuck it. Don't want to go into that too far. But yeah, like, I'm blatantly obvious about it. Like, I remember, like, a long time ago, it was a discussion of, like, ooh, do you like someone? Like, back, like, when, like we were children. And, like, it was a serious discussion. Like, it was like, do we like anyone? Do we not? We were just chilling in a room. Like, it was, like chilling it late at night. And, like, it just came in a conversation. Sorry about that. And, it was like, oh, who do you think I like? And they just blatantly said her name out loud. And I'm just like, was I that obvious? And they're like, yeah. You kind of linger on her face a lot. And I'm like, you're right, I do. But yeah, it's all about body language and shit like that. Oh well. Does he like them sweet or suave? Pretty or normal? How much makeup is just right? He smells them all so equally that I can't even tell. 1, he works in the service industry. He has to do that to everybody. 2, he's probably just a guy. Like, for me, like, pretty is nice. Normal is nice. I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, right. Being pretty is nice. Having, like, an average face is nice. Caring about your opinions is... Caring about your appearance is nice. Giving a damn about your health and, like, how you appear to others and how you carry yourself is nice. A lot of things like that are nice, but once again, it's all subjective and, like, I don't know. At least for me personally, I don't fall for every pretty face. To me, like, a girl is pretty until, like, a girl is just pretty. Like, just pretty until I get to know them. Like, there's always a thought in my mind that goes, oh, she's cute. And, like, more often than not, more my friends than me, like, I will take, well, if it's not me, I'll think of that too, but, like, I remember, like, maybe sophomore year of college, this first year student, like, came up to us and started talking to us because we were upperclassmen and, like, she was part of the same club and started talking to us about this, that, and the other thing. And, like, as she walked away and she was out of earshot, I just went, oh, she's cute. And then my friend Beth just turns to me and goes, you think she's cute? And I'm like, I know what you're thinking, but we just met a couple days ago and I don't know her that well. And lo and behold, as I got to know her better, she's not my type. at all. And more often than not, oh, I'm sorry about tapping like this, by the way. I noticed in my recordings that I tap something off screen. It's more often my ID card or a pen or something, because I need to keep my hands busy, because I fidget a lot when I think, especially when I'm thinking. But, like, back to what I was talking about, more often than not, I will think a girl is pretty, and then leave it at that. And then when I get to know them more, as I spend more time with them, outside of class, outside of campus, like in actual hangout scenarios, I'll be like, oh, you think like this, you have these hobbies, you have this personality type, and I find you more attractive now. That's me. And I know not everyone goes by that logic, but, like, that's always the mindset, isn't it? Like, you think someone's cute based on appearance, and in all honesty, more often than not, appearance is what leads people to, like, it's what leads people into attraction. Not always, not all the time, but, at least in my experience, that's what does it. I've met a lot of people in my life. I've met a lot of, like, pretty girls in my life. I've met a lot of pretty girls who were not pretty on the inside. I've met a lot of pretty girls who were pretty on the inside and not so much on the outside. And by that, I mean they were just, like, average looking. I've met not so pretty girls who were prettier on the inside than they were on the outside. I've met the entire spectrum, of both ends. But, like, it just depends on the person. Like, I know my interests, I know my likes, my dislikes, I know what I want to go for as far as personality, and I know that appearance will unfortunately play a part in whether or not I want to date this person. It's unfortunate, but I'm going to be honest there that, like, it does play a part. Maybe it's because I'm young, I don't know. Maybe you like short-haired women, short-haired, well-mannered little ladies like her. Well, you're sure hanging around here often nowadays. What? I'm always... What? I believe my presence here calls for no protest. I happen to pay for what I order. Oh, Hatsune was talking to the stalker. Why come to a bar if all you drink is soda? You seem to raise no resistance to an underage woman who constantly sips orange juice in such unbecoming environment. I sighed, deciding to intercede. Really, I didn't need this guy going up to my parents with any of his little complaints. Listen, dude, you're 19. Loosen up, will ya? Huh? Why don't you stop talking like some uptight old geezer? You put geyser. Geezer is supposed to be spelled Geezzzer. At least from my perspective. He blinks in genuine confusion, and I can't help but let out a groan of exasperation. But this is how I've always addressed human beings. But this is how I've always talked to people. That is what I said. A few condensed phrases never hurt anyone. I do not understand. Don't. I don't understand? Yep, that's much better. Perhaps I will take you up on that bit of advice and try talking less formally. Maybe I'll listen to you and talk less formally. He stared at me intensely, as if committing what I was saying to memory. Finally, he gives a little nod. I'll do my best. Well, someone's getting along with someone. Stop that, Hatsune. I stopped short as our eyes locked, and suddenly I'm reminded of the last day's text. Instantly I look away, my face heating up and my throat growing dry. And oh, he seemed to be having fun with it. He walked down the counter so he was in my line of sight again. He then offers me a wide smile, a smile so innocent yet riddled with mischief that it was undoing me at the seams. Look at people in the eyes when you scold them. Sorry, wrong voice. Look at people in the eyes when you scold them, Shuna. I don't want to ever see your face, like ever. And yet you keep coming back here. Atsuya-san, refill please. Coming right up. He leans closer to me, smiling devilishly. I'll be back, honey. Die! Oh, that was cute. Oh, God. Oh, God. I wish I was that confident in myself that I could do that jokingly. I have never done that. And if I have any of my female friends out there, feel free to hit me, because, God, that sounds like a scummy thing to do. But, like, I have never done that. Like, just, like, pretend to be, like, someone's significant other. I have never done that. I feel like it's a confidence thing. I lack confidence in myself. So, there's that. But, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. He seems to be taunting you. You think I don't know that? Someone saved me. My heart won't be able to take things at this rate. Okay. Okay. I get where she's coming from. I honestly do. I really do. When you find that one person you like, and you know you like them, and you've been trying so hard to get their attention and try to have a decent conversation with them, and you spend time and planning and being like, oh, here's the situation. I finally got him into a situation where we can just talk and be people and not hide behind our surface personalities. And believe me, it's one of those things where, like, unfortunately, to some degree you have to plan it. To some degree. Because when I like someone, I genuinely want to have them in a one-to-one conversation. I hate group conversations. Because, like, it dilutes the water. It dilutes the conversation. It dilutes the learning of other people. Because in a group scenario, everyone will throw in jokes, everyone will throw in their 2 cents, everyone will throw in what they want to say. But in a one-to-one, I just love sitting back and listening to that other person talk. I will throw in my 2 cents, I will throw in my ideas, I will throw in my wants, desires, blah, 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 whatever I want to say. But, like, I do like being able to sit back and hear a conversation go on. Like, when I'm with my friends, like, I like listening. Like, even when I don't look like I'm listening. Like, more often than not, I am on my phone and being like, yeah, I'm just listening. Because I just have to keep my hands occupied, you know? But I'm genuinely listening. And I genuinely like learning about people. And I like learning about, especially the person I like. This is just bringing back memories. Horrible, horrible memories. Not horrible. Not horrible at all. But, that's just my thing. That's my 2 cents on that. When you want to learn about someone, have them in a one-to-one conversation outside of, like, a school environment. Because in school, they're upholding an image. In public, they're upholding an image. But if you're, like, alone together, maybe a library, maybe on a date, maybe in a bedroom, I don't know. Bedroom's a little shady, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lounge-type area where no one else is listening, and you two can just be yourselves. If you can talk, hold a conversation, just chat. Believe me, like, that's something special, and you should never let that go. And this is from a guy who has tried his hardest to learn about the people they like because they've been spurned in the past, and they learned that a pretty face can be ugly inside. And from a person who has found pretty faces who are both pretty inside and out, and it genuinely fallen for them, and it hurt when he got rejected. If that person watches this, I'm hurting, but it's not something you should worry about, and I know you will, because I know you, and that's a good thing. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to the game now. Too much sap. I sink as far as into my chair as I can, but it's impossible for me to hide the flaming ball of red that is my face. I should strategically retreat for now. Sheesh, I should have just leaned forward and kissed him when I had the chance. Stupid, 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 baka! I hurriedly pulled out my phone and typed out as if in mad rage. What should I say? What should I if the guy I like taunts me? I guessing say? Maybe it's just her having typos. Ask yourself this question. If he wasn't super cute, would you tolerate this behavior from him? I doubt it. He's obnoxious. Looks aren't everything. Oh my god, internet, answer to the point, will you? And again, why does the guy I like taunt me? Imagine you're suddenly, without any warning, struck with these powerful emotions. What are you gonna do? You don't think. You respond to your subconscious impulse to dominate and raise your status. Nature talk? Okay. Genes give us a better odds of survival. Competition is key. We live in a materialistic world because collecting nice things, wealth, raises our status. Unless we learn better, getting angry, shouting, and striking out are all rewarded by the brain. The instructions for our subconscious impulses are written in your genes. They wait for the right stimulus. And now I'm confused. Really? Can't these people be a little more, I don't know, simple-minded? Okay. What he was saying is that it's just instinctive to, like, respond in a certain way. But he honestly wasn't answering the question. That or they saw in some chick flick that bad guys are 70% more desirable than sweet ones. No. No, they're not. Because in a movie, you see it from a third-person perspective. You know that guy's bad, but the girl doesn't. Why? Because he presented himself in the best way possible, and now they're in a relationship. Girls do not like bad boys more. It seems that way because they do date bad boys more. But what is happening is that a bad guy or a bad boy, I don't know, like, present themselves in a more confident manner. It's confidence and knowledge of one's self-worth that attracts people. When people act confident, when people know themselves and can carry themselves in a certain manner, they tend to be more attractive. People can carry themselves in a way that seems confident, but also be shy and unconfident in other situations. And like when you see that confidence first, and you see how they can be unconfident, that's endearing because you're like, oh, they have flaws. They know enough about themselves to be like, hey, I'm not confident about this. I know this because this is how I perceive how I like things. Girls have different mindsets, maybe, but like that's typically like the consensus. Confidence is very attractive, plain and simple. But there is a thin line between being confident and being a douche. When you watch a movie and you see a bad guy, you tend to think they're a douche because of their appearance, how they carry themselves, and unfortunately, to someone else who knows them a bit more than you do, that's confidence. Who knows? Who cares? And that they should be bullied the ones they love. Well, Atsuni never bullied me per se, I think. Atsuni's back at the counter again, his face having resumed his little devilish smile, but this time he chooses not to say anything. I look at my search results and then at him and then back at the results. Hey Atsuni, have you ever been overtaken by the impulse to dominate? That is not something anyone should say to anyone, because that is a bit awkward. That is #awkward. Ew, I grossed myself out. Never read out your Google searches out loud, ever. This is a normal reaction. Like, I would react like this. Atsuni spat out his drink and fake fiance half choked on his. Atsuni reaches over and wrestles my phone out of my grip. What sort of sordid shit are you reading? Don't look! His eyes scan my phone for a few seconds and he looks up at me, locking his beautiful sapphire orbs with mine. There's more of the pretentious writing that I hate. He seemed to be considering something, like he was carefully weighing out options. And me, my mind was racing as I desperately tried to think of an excuse. Something. Anything. Who? Who is taunting you? His voice was low and kind. And it made my heart quake with an intensity that left me devoid of breath. Before I could even process, I had spoken out. You. Yeah. I mean, okay. Communication is good, especially between people who care about each other. So, answering questions honestly, especially a harmless one like this, or maybe not so harmless one like this, is good. That's so. He was being strange, even in his laughter. You should go home now, Shu. But I... Go... Right. Dazed, I stand from my seat and walk toward the door. What had I just done? Does this count as a confession? A serious one? Was I just rejected? Worse yet, were my feelings just disregarded? More than likely, he just didn't know what to do. Cause... Okay. Stop pausing the timer because I'm gonna go back on my soapbox a little bit. Coming from a guy who does not have much experience in things like this, who has never been wanted, in this situation, it's realistic that from someone who isn't used to being liked, has never been confessed to before, and like automatically assumes that no one is interested in them. If someone were to do that to me, I would not know how to react. I would be flattered, I would feel a bit happy about it, but depending on who the person was, I'd probably be very awkward about it. Especially were it a friend who I never saw in that manner. I know this because whenever, I confess to someone, I like them, I often think of what it's gonna be like for their perspective. From their perspective, I tend to be very observant, and I tend to analyze people's personality and how they would try to figure out how they would react to certain situations. This last person I liked, I knew very much so that she didn't like me back. She never thought of me that way. That she never even considered looking at me like that. But I did it anyway because it was something I needed to get off my chest. It made me feel better to get it off my chest, even though it hurt to be rejected. But I knew that she was fairly awkward, that she probably doesn't know how to react when a friend likes them. So, knowing that and having my suspicions confirmed later on, she just wanted to be friends, but she also didn't want to hurt me, and that's the problem here, isn't it? Atsuni may just have some sort of inkling as to how Shuna feels, but he doesn't know how to react. So he's like, "Please go home. I need to mull over this," and that's that. From a genuinely nice person, and I hope I'm a genuinely nice person, we would try to normally take both sides of the conversation. Atsuya is a man who is like, hey, I have my own life. Shuna is a woman who he has been caring for a long time. Sees her as a sibling rather than a woman. A woman. So being liked by her is probably confusing. So yeah, there's that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me or from the series, hit that subscribe button. And you're not exiting the Shadyverse. My name is Shades, and I hope you've enjoyed your day in the shade. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.